Everybody, welcome back, football fam. It's time for the Big 12 Roundup, Week 10. We're going to go over some of these scores, some storylines from the games, and what's to come in the following week in the Big 12. Ty, pretty interesting conference, a lot of drama this week. Let's start with one of the top teams going down. Houston loses to West Virginia, 45-35. Scotty Fox Jr., the freshman quarterback, got in for West Virginia this week. 13 for 22, 157 yards and a touchdown. Dair Hubbard, another freshman, 29 carries, 108 yards and a touchdown. The freshman getting it done for West Virginia after trying to save, what's his name? I can't think. Rich Rod job right now. Connor Wegman, 25 for 35, 309, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. And Amari Thomas, 10 catches, 99 yards, 3 touchdowns. Man, 6 foot, 215-pound domino out there, wide receiver, big dude, like him a lot. But let's get into this game. Is Rich Rod out here saving his job with these young guns?
Unfortunately,
Or is it too late for West Virginia?
we know West Virginia does not like to hire, not like to fire people. I think he's saving his job. I think he made the right moves. I mean, if you know you have nothing to lose, throw somebody out there so you can get a win. And that's what he did, and he beat one. He beat one what I thought was one of the best teams in the country. But boy, was I wrong on that. They they did not look good at all. They were down 21-7 in the first quarter, I believe. Like West Virginia was just scoring. So I think Houston run the chances, man. It's over.
So I'm gonna ask you, did they blow the season?
Yeah, it's over for them. Especially with Texas Tech and BYU still winning games, it's over.
Well, since Texas Tech and BYU play each other this coming week, is there a chance Houston can still get in that Big 12 championship game? Let me give you the standings real quick. BYU's first, 5-0 in conference, 8-0 in the season. Texas Tech second, 5-0 in conference, 8-1 on the season. Cincinnati's third, 4-2 in conference, 72 on the season. Houston is next up. They are 4-2 as well, and they're 72 on the season.
So didn't Houston?
Then you got Utah, also 4-2.
Didn't Houston beat Texas Tech? No, it does. Arizona State beat Texas Tech.
I can't remember. I don't think that was Houston.
Was Arizona State? I know Arizona State beat them.
I think the Houston Texas Tech only lost one conference game.
It was okay. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Okay, that's what I was thinking.
It was Arizona State. Yeah.
I think if BYU beats Texas Tech, I think we're looking at a BYU versus Cincinnati.
So you think Cincinnati winning out?
I think they're winning out.
Okay. So tough break then for the Houston Cougs. I'm just gonna need the rest of their schedule, man, just to let you know. It's not too bad. They at UCF, home for TCU, at Baylor. So they got a Central Florida team who hasn't been that good this year, and then 2 games in Texas. So they really don't have to travel far toward the end of the season. Just 3 games to go. I think there's still a chance they get in the Big 12 championship game, man.
Can Houston keep up with that TCU and Baylor offense, though? That's the question.
That's a good question. They just need a couple stops, man. I trust his defense. They need BYU to beat Texas Tech to take them out of it.
They will.
And they need somebody to beat Cincinnati. So they need a BYU victory. They need a Cincinnati loss somewhere between the rest of the season. That's going to help them out a lot. So I think Houston can still get in. I think Willie Fritz, old man Willie, he doing a good job out here.
He is.
I was not sure this Houston team is going to be any good this year. They're one of the best teams in the conference. He's turning this thing around real quick. So shout outs to him. Let's move on to another game. We got Cincinnati taking on Utah. That was probably the game of the week in the conference this week. Top 25 matchup. Was not a top 25 matchup on the field as Utah ran through Cincinnati this week. 45-14. Brandon Sorsby, only 11 completions, but he did have 221 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick on those. Devin Napier, 16-31, 213, 2 touchdowns. He also had 14 carries, 7 to 8 yards.
Crazy.
This was his type of game. With Sean Parker also did his thing for Utah, 17 rushes, 140 yards, and a touchdown. Utah showing their worth, man, looking like the team to beat in the Big 12, in my opinion. I still think this is the best team in the conference. Tell me, Utah, overrated, underrated?
You think Utah is the best team in the conference?
Yeah, I actually do. I actually do.
What's the beef with you and BYU, man? What's the beef?
I had no beef with BYU. I just think Utah's a better team. I know they won the head-to-head. I just think if you – how do I put this? If you line them up 10 games, BYU and Utah, I think Utah wins the majority of those games. So shout out to BYU Cougs. I love them, but I just think Utah's a good team.
Hey, that's how you feel. That's your take. I got to accept it. But they are not the best team in the conference. But I do like this Utah team for the future. If they can just hold on to these transfers, hopefully no one transfers out. Hopefully they bring some transfers in to shore up that defense. I think Utah could be a team to beat next year. But right now, it's BYU. But I do like where this Utah team is headed, though. But Cincinnati...
Could Utah get in the playoffs without being in the Big 12 championship game?
They won't get in.
Look, we'll talk about those initial playoff rankings in a bit when we do our video on that. But they got an outside chance.
They have a chance. Yes, I do agree with you.
They're better off not going to the Big 12 championship, to be honest with you. Because
they would need a lot to happen, though.
Hmm?
They would need a lot to happen for them to make it. Which it can happen, but they would need a lot to happen.
They're bunched right there with BYU and Texas Tech. They're right there. First of all, when BYU and Texas Tech playing each other this week, one of those teams is going to drop.
Yeah.
And I don't think the committee likes BYU that much.
I can tell.
To have them ranked right with the other two. So if BYU loses, Texas Tech, Utah will probably maybe even Utah jump them in 1 week, which would be crazy because Utah has the head-to-head. But
BYU has the head-to-head.
Reason I don't think the committee sold on BYU. They don't believe in Bear, man. I like Bear.
I mean,
that's on them.
That's a different.
Just give you. Huh?
I was gonna say the thing about Cincinnati is you can't complete 11 passes in college football. That's not gonna get you wins. So I think Sorsby took a big step back in this game for me. I didn't really think he was all that, but I did kind of put some respect on his name because he is playing on an undefeated team at first, but now they lost now. So, but I think that they gotta pass the ball better, especially if you're Sorsby.
Yeah. Cincinnati remaining schedule. They got Arizona, BYU, and they close you out at Tennessee. That's not an easy task. All those teams winning records.
Tennessee?
TCU.
Oh, like you said Tennessee. I said,
my bad. If I said Tennessee, I meant TCU. I probably said it too fast. So that's Cincinnati's trip. If we just look at Utah's schedule, a little bit more manageable. At Baylor, home for Kansas State, at Kansas. I don't see any of those teams putting up a challenge for Utah. If they win out.
Not even Kansas State?
Huh?
You don't think your Kansas State team could beat Utah?
Nah, not a chance. Not a chance. Be a great QB watch party game, though. But not a chance. I'm not buying it.
So I know I'm probably early on this, but is Kansas State still going bowling?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Let's just talk about it right now. Moving on to the next game, we got Texas Tech taking on Kansas State. I called the upset. I said Kansas State's going to win this game. They were high at this, then the third. Well, so much for that. Texas Tech laid down the hammer, man. Brown out there fumbling the ball left and right for the Wildcats. He picked a horrible day to have a bad game. But it is what it is. Those things do happen.
It is. Yeah.
Texas Tech short field. You might well just let them score on the first damn play so you get the ball back with more time on the clock. Yeah.
I will say this though. They were hanging with them to that third quarter, man. Texas Tech, that defense stepped up. I think they said we're gonna let this dude we're gonna make Avery Johnson throw the ball. We gotta make him throw the ball. We know he can run it. Granted, he still ran a little bit, but I think Avery Johnson has to pass the ball better. But for him to do that, he needs better weapons. He needs.
Yeah, I need to dive in the tape. Is it his passing or is it the guys on the outside? I need to look at it.
I think it's.
I look at it as.
I think it's a little bit of both because obviously you are what your receivers are. You can't just make fantastic throws and they just drop the balls like crazy. So, but then again, you also have to throw guys open too. So I think it's a combination of both those things because he did have a running back who did transfer after the first game. Crazy.
He did not like Ireland. He did not like Ireland.
I think he saw something else. But that was an old conversation. But this Texas Tech receiving core does not get talked about enough. These guys and they have a tight end that runs like a 4.5. So
I know he's that fast. But shout out to Malik Hudson, man.
Yeah, this Texas Tech team they bounced back. Morton looked good. Is he gonna stay healthy? Because he still does not look very healthy enough to be.
First game back, he went 21 for 32, 249, and 2 touchdowns. That's solid. That's solid work. That's a work.
That's solid against this Kansas State defense.
Yeah, but I think the strength of this Texas Tech team, it has been all year. This has been their run game. That two-headed monster with Dickey and Williams. You can't beat it, man. Jacoby Williams, 17 carries, 135 yards, touchdowns. Dickey, 21 carries, 68 yards, touchdown. Dickey's had better games, but he is a battering ram when he's out there. He seeks contact, and I like that. So I think this Texas Tech team is gonna be hard to beat. I think they headed to the playoffs. I think they're the Big 12 representative. I'm probably thinking they win the Big 12, but we shall see. We shall see.
You can't say that. They say Utah is the best team in the Big 12.
They are best. I don't think Utah's going to the Big 12 championship.
I guess
I can say that.
You can't say that. You deserve the right. You reserve the right to say that.
I mean, I don't think Utah's going to the Big 12 championship. I think that has been ruined. I think Utah's the best team in the conference. I think Texas Tech would be the Big 12 representative. How about that? Did that sound better?
Yes, that sounds way better.
Okay.
Let me ask you this though. Mm-hmm. So, if we're looking at, so Texas Tech wins the Big 12 championship, does only one Big 12 team get in?
Look, based on the standings, I think 2 teams get in. The initial standings.
So ACC gets one team.
Yeah, ACC gets one. Because the way they seeded Louisville and Miami, they're not sold. And Georgia Tech, they're not sold. So I think all of them are low. I think Virginia's 14. I think Virginia's probably in the right spot. 14. Georgia Tech's low. Miami 18.
Yeah.
Louisville 16.
Georgia Tech.
All those teams.
Georgia Tech 17.
17. Yeah. So I don't believe in none of those teams. None of them.
They got to put one in. They have to, huh?
They're gonna give them one. That's what it looks like. Unless Miami wins out and it looks dominant, they don't get in. Louisville's going.
No Isaac Brown. They might hold that against them.
Mm-hmm. Georgia Tech's got to beat Georgia, but that's another conversation for another day. We'll get to that later. If Texas Tech doesn't win the Big 12, but they go to the Big 12 championship, can Texas Tech get in over Oklahoma?
I think they should, especially if John Mateer's not healthy. Because if you use that standard that you used for Florida State that 3 years ago, the quarterback not healthy, you can't put Oklahoma in. That's the standard. That's the standard they set.
They did set that standard. They did set that standard. How about could they get in over a Texas team that doesn't make the SEC championship?
No, because I think the two losses Texas have, even though one is to Florida, the two losses they have is better than that one loss that Texas Tech would have if they do win out.
So Texas Tech
But when I
loses,
mean win, go to the
loses
SEC.
to Arizona State and then loses the Big 12 championship to BYU or Cincinnati, one of those two teams. That's their two losses. They're 11-2, and you'll take a Texas team that's say they went out, they're 10-2, but Texas gets in over Texas Tech.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Especially with the SEC bias.
Hey, what about Vanderbilt?
Not getting in because Texas beat Vanderbilt.
I'm talking about Texas Tech. Were they getting over Vanderbilt?
No, they shouldn't.
So Vanderbilt should get in over Texas Tech.
No, Texas Tech should get in over Vanderbilt.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm saying that because Vanderbilt has 3 losses. So
that's interesting stuff right there. Kansas did pick up the victory over Oklahoma State, 38-21.
Thank God.
Iowa State, the bleeding continues. 4th loss in a row, 24-19, losing to Arizona State. Arizona State led by Jeff Sims, who Jersey got retired or something.
208 rushing yards on 22 carries. No Jordan Tyson.
Crazy. I mean, there is no passing game without Jordan Tyson, so might as well.
King Dillingham said, "Do what you gotta do." He did. Yeah, he fumbled. I think he had 2 fumbles, but he still told him, "Do what you gotta do. Lead us," and he led him. So shout out to Jordan Tyson. Man.
Go ahead.
That's what I was saying. Shout out to Jordan Sims, man. Transferred from 2 different schools. I think he's found his footing.
He's a senior, right?
I don't know.
I think he's a senior, so I'm glad he gets some run, gets some burn. Is Jordan Tyson due back anytime soon?
I don't think he comes back this season.
Man, I really like seeing that guy play. I really hope to see him again for his college career over with because he is going to be going to the draft this year. Baylor got a big victory this week, 30-3. They showed them play defense. Wow, beating this Central Florida team I told you was not very good. They're 4-4.
They fell apart, man. They fell apart.
Yeah. Baylor 5-4, UFC 4-4. Either one of these teams going bowling?
UCF is definitely not going bowling. I think Baylor does go bowling. Like I say, the TikTok Bowl or the Super Bowl, some City Bowl, something like that. They're gonna get a bowl game.
Baylor does have Utah next week, so they definitely need this victory. Well, not next week because they're on the bye, but the week after that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what other games we not touched on? Arizona, big victory, blowing out Colorado, 52-7. Colorado has finally made the switch at quarterback. We are going to be seeing a new quarterback on the center, as his redshirt can now not be burned. He's officially redshirt freshman now. So shout out to Lewis, who's
you finish up. Sorry.
Yeah, Julian Lewis will be starting next week for Cincinnati when they go up against West Virginia on the road. Can't wait to see how he plays. He's a 5-star quarterback commit at some recruiting services, so can't wait to see what it looks like. Go ahead.
I think the switch came a little too late, especially if we're trying to save a season. Salter didn't play bad, but sometimes just a change helps. Because this Colorado team has looked very pedestrian on offense. They just Dion just demoted Pat Shurmur to QB coach, so we have a new play caller at Colorado right now. I forgot who his name was, but yeah, hopefully Julian Lewis brings a spark to this team, man.
They were trying to preserve his red shirt. That's why they waited so long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he can play the rest of the season and still be a freshman next year.
Well, that makes sense then. So
yeah, that's that.
If Dion stays,
so you can play the last 3 games in the bowl game if they make it. But yeah, so shout out to them, man. I'm still in it. I'm still in it, man. I'm in it to win it with Colorado, man. We're going bowling. We're gonna close it out.
And what's the remaining schedule?
Huh?
What's the remaining schedule?
Man, I didn't even look it up. It's going to depress me. I can't say they're going to win out if I read off the schedule. It's probably terrible.
There you go. Blind ignorance. There we go.
We got West Virginia next. We focus on 1 week at a time over here. Take care of them first.
Gotta stop Scotty Fox.
I know, right? So that's it for last week of the Big 12. Let's look forward at week 11. The games coming up this week. Got a big marquee matchup between BYU and Texas Tech. We've brought it up several times already. That game means so much, not just to the Big 12, but for playoff seeding. I hate these teams got to play each other so late in the season. I wish it was early in the year because it seems like losses matter more later in the year than they do earlier in the season. And it's just not fair in my opinion. These two teams both deserve to be in the playoffs. And the fact that the loser of this might not make it is just ridiculous, and it's something that they should look at. You also have Houston on the road at UCF this week. That's going to be an interesting matchup. Houston's going to have to win out just to get a decent bowl game. Colorado on the road at West Virginia. Kansas at Arizona. Should be an interesting matchup. Iowa State at TCU. Another interesting matchup. Rocco Beck. This is the week the bleeding stops. TCU can't play defense. They can't score a lot, so Iowa State defense get some stops.
Hopefully.
It's going to be an interesting matchup. Kansas State on the bye. I'll be seeing them this week. Somebody else is on the bye. Utah's on the bye. And a couple more teams. Can't think of them right now. Oh, yeah, Arizona State is also on the bye. It's one more team, y'all. Cincinnati, there you go. Won't see any of those teams this week. Oklahoma State also on the bye.
I don't think nobody wants to see Oklahoma State anyway.
Yeah, it's another team. It's 5. It's just 6 teams on the bye in the Big 12. So, quiet week for the Big 12 this week, but good matchups, man, if you ask me, man. Especially BYU, Texas Tech, Iowa State, TCU, Houston, UCF. Man, I'm watching all those. Definitely going to watch Colorado, West Virginia, and see what Lewis is like. What's your thoughts before we close this thing out?
Yeah, I can't wait to see what Lewis looks like, man. I can't wait to see this BYU and Texas Tech game. That's where I'm going to have my own. Whoever wins this game is going to be the Big 12 champion. I stand on that. I hope it's BYU because I've been preaching BYU since like week 4. So that's what I'm mostly looking forward to.
Okay, I'm thinking it's gonna be Texas Tech. And we like BYU over here, man. Don't get it twisted. We like them boys, but I
mean, the 38.
I think it might be a team of destiny, man. I don't know. BYU could be the team of destiny. I don't know.
If I spend $20 million, we better win the championship. That's all I'm gonna say. That's no excuse. You got $28 million out of me. Come on.
Well, that's all we got for the Big 12. Hope you guys enjoyed. Y'all tell us, man, how many teams from the Big 12 make it to the playoffs? 2, 3, 1? Will they find a way? Which one of these teams on the outside looking in could they steal a spot from the ACC? Let me know what you think about that. And that's all I got, man. We out.